Hi, I am Dr. Ekemi and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about a somewhat confusing and maybe controversial idea, what I call the concept of maintaining tone. And maintaining tone is a touchstone in the Elements of Life program that I have developed for humans who want to feel less tired, achy, sad, who want to feel more motivation and, more at home in their bodies and minds. So this concept of maintaining tone, it's like discipline. And discipline is something that I think is misunderstood. It's something that, I was talking to Nell about this, and we tend to take it really seriously. I used to, at least, and it used to make me really sad and frustrated, having people around me that I thought were just magically able to do things every day. And it's especially if you're sick, you've had any kind of condition, or if you're in a body where hormones and your physical condition can change week to week, month to month, it's really hard to just do the same thing every day. So it took me a long time to understand how to view myself as a disciplined person, how to apply these principles, because here's the thing. Here is what I'm trying to get across, and I don't know if I'm doing a good job or not yet. But maintaining tone is about having resiliency, and this isn't just tone in having a toned body. This is being able to stay on track regardless of what's going on in your body, in the outside world, so that when things happen, things are going to happen. I think as a community, as a worldwide community, we have learned that there are many things out of our control. And if you've been sick for a while, sometimes you'll get a flare-up of your autoimmune disease, or your period's coming, or you ate something bad, or you didn't have good sleep because your puppy, kept you up all night, or whatever. It's just things happen. But having a sense of frustration and depression, not being able to know how to get ourselves back together, doing the things that are inspiring and strengthen us in a very deep way, that is a hard way to live, and that is a surefire equation for you to feel really crappy. Okay, so this video, the purpose of this video is to introduce you to this concept in a way that I haven't heard many people talk about it. I know many people do these challenges, and sometimes we hit these places in our lives where we're just all right, we just gotta get it together and do this, and you do something like a 75 hard, or you do a whole 30, or you do this, or you do that, which I think those things are fine. Those challenges are fine, but I am talking about a sustainable way of living that you can apply this, whether you are a teenager or you're 99 years old. It's not about it's not about that. So the way that this affects you internally, because I also want to share with you how it works with the way that your body works. Your body innately wants to maintain tone. That is what regulating blood pressure is. That is what, your body can be so good at picking up signals from, is it daylight or is it night outside? That can determine when and how much cortisol is released. Your intake of certain nutrients determine hormonal issues. Like your body wants to regulate and be even toned to the best of its ability. Sometimes it has to ramp up to meet with demand from the outside, and sometimes it slows down. So for me, helping you in your mind and your body work together, like when your mind is cool, like your body is much more likely to be cool. That's what I'm trying to get across. Did that make sense? So the first thing I want to offer you is, if you are the kind of person that, you get really sad and frustrated with yourself because you can't maintain and do something regularly, if you're up for it, like, let me know in the comments below, like how you've had a hard time and how you tend to respond to these things. For me, what started happening is I started developing a sense of curiosity about myself. And I'm going to talk about the concept of wonder I think in the next couple of weeks. But I started to wonder what makes me tick, like why I get so excited about certain things. And I get all in my head about it. And then it's like I go, and then something happens and I stop doing it. And then I catch myself not doing it. And then I start to feel bad that I'm not doing it. And then I keep thinking about that, and then I just feel worse and worse and worse. So like it was not a cool cycle to be in. So I started to wonder, well, okay, what happened there? Like, why did I stop? Why did I stop doing my morning meditation? So I started to actually backtrack. Like I actually was like, okay, yeah, for 3 nights in a row, I started to stay up a little bit later because I really got into this book and I just like couldn't put it down. So I was like a little sleep deprived, okay. And then I had this deadline coming up and this thing happened. Oh, okay, well that makes sense that like all of a sudden it just would be, I would have less energy, less capacity to push myself a little bit, right? So I invite you, rather than making a judgment about something, rather than just labeling yourself something, get to know yourself. And I don't mean like, well, I know that, I start something and then I can't finish it. Like that's not helpful, is it? I mean, is it? At this point, I don't think it's helpful to just beat ourselves up. I would like to invite you to consider getting to know yourself, your quirks, what really makes you tick, because what I have found in my patients is that we become fixated on these ideas about ourselves based on past patterns. But what that does is it totally shuts down your future. It shuts down your ability to grow and evolve and to have a relationship with your body and with your life and with your mind that you want. You say that you want it. So let's work together and let's like open that tentative, it's kind of like when you're making up with a friend or somebody that you've had a falling out with, like you're not just expecting them to like fall in line. If you are, that probably is not working, or it hasn't worked really. Like that's not a good way to build relationships. I think you know that, right? So, your body is your teammate and should be your friend and an ally. So let's treat it kindly. Let's treat our minds kindly, because you can also get to know your mind. Like there is so much going on subconsciously. Oh my gosh. Like we're really only barely conscious of what's going on in there. I mean, you have an idea. I know you do, because we all end up, things come up out of nowhere. We do things out of nowhere. So that's what I mean. Like if we can just be like, I wonder what's really going on in there. I really wonder why all of a sudden I've just like lost my motivation, but like I kind of want to keep doing it. So wonder about yourself. On my Instagram, I am going to have some suggestions as to how you can apply these principles, how you can apply the curiosity to yourself and get to know yourself in a really neat way, so that when you get tired or when you lose the motivation and that first push of excitement that gets you started on something, how you can apply it. So this is just the introduction on maintaining tone, on how you can, this is how we implement habits, do things that make us stronger, be able to take care of ourselves and our homes and our families and do better in our jobs. And so I hope that made sense. If you have any questions about it, please ask me and let me know what you think. Once again, it's Dr. Kemi. I'll talk to you next time. See the little ducky? You can't see, but he has sunglasses on.